Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Sculpt and Chill. Now we have a name. Today we're gonna sculpt a very different kind of character, in the sense that it's not a technical character, but it's gonna be artsy, and it's gonna be posed while I sculpt it. And while we do that, I wanna talk about something close to my heart. How talent is a myth, and how everything we call talent is just hard work and dedication. I was recently rewatching Guardians of the Galaxy, and it reminded me of why I fell in love with the MCU in the first place. And more importantly, why I started sculpting and making characters at all. But first, some backstory. When I was about to finish high school, I had to decide, what am I gonna do with my life? I grew up in Panama, and back then, well, still today, but back then, there weren't many options if you wanted to study art, like seriously. You can study art, but not production art. So there was, and still is, no real creative industry here, just people thinking art is just a hobby, and that include video games and movies and fashion, design, anything that has to do with art that actually makes money. It is frowned upon here, right? So in other countries that could be a full-time career, not here. So I vividly remember wanting to study VFX at that time, but I had no one to guide me. So I didn't know the schools, I didn't know anything. I didn't even know that I can go abroad and study. Instead, I was told to study marketing and advertisement and major in digital video production. Huge mistake. I was so unmotivated. I hated marketing. I didn't go to classes. I wasn't interested at all. I remember walking all the way to the classroom. I went to school and everything, went up the stairs, took the elevator, went to the classroom door, and I just freeze and turn around and go home. I felt horrible. It was in a private university. I was wasting my parents' money, I was wasting my own time, and I'm learning nothing that actually mattered to me. But then something shifted. Outside of college, I started experimenting creatively. I began using stop motion to make some films, and it was just me, my brother, and my girlfriend at the time, who's now my wife, by the way, and the mother of my child. So eventually I launched a YouTube channel. We were doing sketch videos, and each one of those videos had some VFX on it, which meant that I was using Cinema 4D a lot. And for the first time ever, I felt like I was doing something I really loved. I was doing animations, I was telling stories, I was learning real tools. And at the same time, I started go to school a little bit, and I passed some classes, mostly the editing classes and the production classes, because that was the ones that I actually cared about. I was learning more and I was growing. Then I decided, I'm gonna make a movie. It was based on a historical event in Panama, an idea that came from my parents, but I'll be honest, I didn't know how to animate properly, I didn't understand storytelling properly, and I didn't model the characters myself. And all the backgrounds were made out of cardboard and Play-Doh. Luckily, of course, my girlfriend at the time, who was studying architecture, helped me with the building. They were rudimentary. I did some trees too, and that's how we filmed. It was really rough, but that's the point. I didn't know what I was doing, but I was doing it anyways. There was never a talent explosion. There were no amazing drawings or incredibly 3D characters at the beginning. There was only hard work, passion, and dedication. And that's what people don't understand about artists. Most of us spend an insane amount of time doing what we love. Art isn't just a product, and it's not meant to be mass manufactured. Art, in principle, is actually pointless. It doesn't have a real utility, like building a chair or fixing a pipe. If someone carves an animal from wood, or paints their house in 5 different colors, or draws a mural in the middle of a forest, it by itself doesn't do anything at all. Until someone else sees it, until someone is moved by it, or until it speaks to something human in them. That's the magic of art. Whether it's a fantasy novel, a sci-fi story, or a painting, it won't fix your everyday problems, but it will make your world a little brighter. It'll make you feel something. It'll make you reflect. It'll make you dream. Maybe it will even inspire you to create something of your own. You see, art is deeply human, and it's something only humans can produce and understand. Some animals can make some patterns, some machines can do AI images, but if it's not human created, it's just a mirror, a mirage, a hologram, a fake, a remix. Because we humans share something that machines and animals don't: the struggle of mortality, of hardship, the capacity for love, anger, the joy, curse, we scream, we laugh. All of that things are primitive response to the wake of being conscious. So an artist can use these emotions to imprint something of themselves in their work. That's what sparks emotion in others. That's what inspires someone else to feel, reflect, or create. Art is not the final image. Art is the human intention behind the image. Sure, animals can create patterns, computers can generate images, but only humans can make art, because only humans carry the burden and the beauty of being alive. Sci-fi has pushed generations of scientists, engineers, and inventors to create what they love after seeing it in art. Art doesn't reflect the world, it pushes it forward, which brings me back to today's sculpt. The joy of listening to music, of being present, of being free. In Guardians of the Galaxy, Gamora only knew war and violence until she discovered music, love, and other emotions that changed her forever. To most people, it's just a normal, cool scene, but underneath that is about rediscovering humanity through art. And that's what this sculpt is for me. I finally feel free again. Now I can create without time constraints, and I feel happy. And I think that this happiness I imprinted in this sculpt. So here are the final renders for my sculpt, Gamora's favorite song. If you made it this far, thank you, seriously, thank you very much. Please consider subscribing and giving me a like. It really helps me grow, and maybe I'll be able to buy some groceries out of this channel in the future, in the next 5 years. But until then, just keep creating, and remember, you don't need talent, it's just passion and hard work, man. So see you next time.